For you is, why did you choose to be separated? Now, I want to explain what I exactly mean by that. We have the body, we have the mind slash ego, and we have the spirit. And then we have source, which is the universe, which is God, is everything. God is within us. Now, the reason why I asked you why you choose to be separate is that when we go through life, this is something I've been thinking about a lot this week and the last 2 weeks actually, is that a lot of our desires, a lot of our sometimes thoughts, sometimes our habits, they don't actually come from the spirit, they come from the ego. Something, for example, like fear. Fear is created or occurs when we are separated from source, when we're separated from God, when we're separated from our knowingness in terms of our connection with the universe of consciousness. Now, why am I asking you this question? Because when we are going through things, personal things, we forget that the personal things are there to serve us. We forget that the personal things are there to serve our highest good. And sometimes it helps to remind ourselves that everything that you're going through right now is there to actually serve you. And this is something I have to remind myself about regularly. And this is something I urge you to remind yourself about when you're going through certain things. Is that if you look at the entire world around you, and you start to realize that you are all, everything around you is connected. Myself and this camera, we're connected. Everything around me, this couch I'm sitting on, we're connected. We are one. And when you look at everything as one in terms of that aspect of things, and if you look at all people as one in terms of we are all the same, just have different clothing on, then you start to realize that whatever happens from other people towards you is there to serve you because they are. When we're going through work, when you're creating your goals, pay attention to when you're setting up the goals, if the goal is coming from the ego or if the goal is coming from the spirit, the self, the you. The reason why I'm saying this is because back when I started my journey, I had my goals be very ego driven. A lot of the numbers, the figures that I was choosing, a lot of the vehicles that I was choosing was very ego driven based on the influence from my external reality. And if you have certain goals right now, if you have certain things that you are striving to achieve, if as you're setting and going through your goal setting process, just ask yourself a few more questions to get clear. Now, this is one of the questions I ask myself. When I ask myself the goal, I ask myself, what goal do I want in this specific area? For example, if it's relationships, if it's money, if it's work, whatever it may be. And then I ask myself, why do I want that goal? And then I ask myself, is this goal coming from the ego, from my ego? Is this goal coming from my spirit, from myself? Is this genuinely what I want? Or is this something that is ego driven? And you want to take time to get clear on something like that. Because if you don't, you're going to be going down a road that is not there to serve your highest good. And I'm talking from experience. I went through that journey of pursuing vehicles. Well, the vehicles I did, thank God, were the right vehicles. However, the way I approached the vehicles came from a wrong position. It came from a wrong perspective. It came from the wrong approach. And because of that, I wasn't able to make the right progress that I was created to make, or that I was chosen to make, or that I was destined to make within that same vehicle. I overlooked some of the activities that I wasn't meant to overlook because I allowed my ego to take control without knowing, because our ego operates 24/7 and our ego wants to survive at all costs. Our ego wants to be in control. Our ego wants to think thoughts constantly. Our ego always wants to tell people you are wrong or you are right. Our ego likes things, our ego dislikes things. But when you're coming from the spirit dislikes nothing because the spirit is love, the spirit is one. Everything within the world is the spirit. So when you look at things like that and you look at relate that to your work career, you want to audit your own thinking process. And I'm saying you want to because I've done this myself. So it's whether you choose to go down that route or not, but try and audit your thinking process and just think about these goals that I'm setting. Are they coming from the ego or are they coming from my spirit, from me, the self? this vehicle that I'm in, are they coming from the spirit or are they coming from you yourself? And you want to make sure that the things that you're doing, the goals that you're setting, the vehicles that you're in are not creating separation, which is when you operate out of the ego, we're automatically creating separation. When we're operating out of the spirit, we're allowing ourselves to be aligned with the one that all is, or the one that is all. I hope that makes sense. So, in a nutshell, this is something I've been thinking about, and I want to share this with you guys because it is helping me a lot in terms of choosing what I want to focus on, in terms of choosing the priorities I want to set as priorities and why I want to set those as priorities. And it's allowing me to make better decisions for my life, where my life is at right now, and for those around me that I plan to serve, that I plan to contribute, that I plan to help. That's one thing. The last nugget I'm going to give you guys, which is pretty interesting, that I realized this week as well, is that every time I focus on the money or I focus on what I want to get out of things, I've caught myself sometimes get discouraged because I haven't achieved that yet. Now, obviously, this is in waves, right? Because once you achieve it, then you applaud yourself, you say good job on the back and all that good stuff. However, the journey towards that goes through waves like this of feelings and emotions of discouraged and encouraged and excited and not excited. And you want to feel like working, and some days you don't feel like working. However, however, when I changed my mindset, and I changed the way I approach things to not be in terms of what I get, but in terms of what I can give, in terms of what I have to give to my market, in terms of what I have to give to you guys, unlock the source of energy, the source of inspiration, the source of encouragement from within myself to want to give. So when you're doing whatever you're doing in your work career, evaluate also what the intention is behind what you're doing, what you're doing. Is the intention for you to get what you want, or is your intention for you to give, knowing that you will get what you want anyway, but you're just putting your focus on, hey, what can I do to give to this person? What can I do to over deliver to this client? What can I do to be the light, be the positive force in this person's life, in this person's day? Because you never know, there's someone there that needs you, and the way events have been orchestrated, you were meant to bump into that person in that day to give that person that positive message, that small statement of you are beautiful, that small statement of what is my intention behind this? Is my intention to get something out for myself? Or is my intention to genuinely first help this person so that they can get what they want to get? And then I know eventually I'll get what I want to get anyway at the end of the day. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got some nuggets out of this. I hope that it allowed you to think of things in a different perspective. And if you guys do like this content, just comment your takeaways below. We're going to start doing a special giveaway where we're going to give away a free lunch to everyone that writes their takeaway down below, and the winners will be announced on the next video. So with that being said, comment your takeaways below. From that, we're going to choose a winner, and then you're going to get a free lunch next week that you can use probably during your work days or your weekends, whatever that may be. So with that being said, I appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be seeing you next